All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is Wednesday, September 28th, 2022, 8 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time on the dot. I repeat, on the dot, as this is the last Wednesday before we enter the new year. I'm the OU flag guy, and I'm joined tonight by Swiggy and Gavin. Gavin, Swiggy, how was y'all's holidays this weekend? Was it good? Did y'all stay warm? Did you have any pipes burst? Did you get all your Christmas gifts that you really wanted? How did the holidays go?
I have to say, the holidays were really horrible for me as I realized something.
What's that?
The Rose Bowl is dead. Killed by our winner take all culture. Humanity may be next. The Rose Bowl game is once such sacred ritual that inspired togetherness. Its death takes us one step closer to the end of the world.
Damn, next thing you're gonna tell me is we need to keep the sacredness of the Shreveport, world's biggest truck stop, Independence Bowl too.
I need hey, that is our culture. The fact is, after we lost the Pacific Life Holiday Bowl and it became the San Diego Credit Union Holiday Bowl, can society be far behind? These are the important questions the San Francisco Chronicle has asked this week.
Among other things. Among other things. Look, it's a slow news week between small, timey bowl games and the actual games we want to watch at this point. Because I have the opinion there's some bowl games we need to keep around, bump them to 5 or make them the playoff sides. Keep the Sun Bowl around, keep the Bahamas Bowl, the Hawaii Bowl, like at least make rewards for those schools and the Idaho Potato Bowl. It has no relevance at all to any of them, but it's the Idaho Potato Bowl. Gotta fight for them potatoes. What about you, Gavin? How was your holiday? Was it good?
Yeah, it was pretty good. Just kind of get nice time with some family and everything else. So too, gonna be having some family that I'm gonna be visiting that's coming in from Texas and Colorado tomorrow. So get a chance to see them. Haven't seen them in quite a while. So
Yeah, yeah. Good to hear. Good to hear. And I mean, of course, Swiggy, can you bow with me? Can you bow with me? Because we have to accept our new potential fantasy football overlord with Gavin as he made it to the finals, which I am so disappointed in for
yeah,
myself because I had so many injuries happen. I was just like, if I make it, I make it at this point because half the guys on my roster at the beginning of the year just Marquise Brown got injured, can't start him. Mark Andrews decided he didn't want to play football anymore halfway through the year, so lost out him. I had a couple wide receivers. It is what it is. So Gavin, congratulations for
oh,
making it that
hello.
far, and for the first time making it like a non-Josh, making it into the finals of fantasy football. 3 years. So congratulations, Sean. Thank you for joining us tonight as well. How are you doing tonight on this wonderful Wednesday?
I'm multitasking, so
Oh, you're watching the best football game ever, right? Between Oregon and North Carolina.
I'm watching the 6-man false count anywhere match between the elite and whatnot. Is this it? Nope. Anyway, I'll be doing a lot of that during this. So
that's fine. That's
anyway.
Happy to have you join us tonight because I mean we haven't had a lot of weeks anyway. So we're all here. We want to talk about all these.
And Josh is gone.
I'm gone.
Oh well, you were fading away.
That's weird. I've been having problems with my internet. I may have to switch to.
Maybe does Southwest have internet coverage now?
Apparently so.
Yeah, apparently.
Apparently so. We're all here though. We're all here for one thing and one thing only, and it's to bitch about Mike Gundy because
I'm not bitching about it. I love Mike Gundy. Like, please keep him as coach forever at Oklahoma State.
Yeah, but he's embarrassing us in Oklahoma as well. Not just.
I don't live in Oklahoma. He can embarrass y'all as much as he wants.
Yes, but I live in Oklahoma.
Yeah, we live here, man.
I don't give a fuck.
75% of this room lives in Oklahoma.
Yeah, but I'm with Sean. I don't care if he wants to keep tanking Oklahoma State's recruiting classes year after year. Let him.
He's doing a damn good job of that.
I mean, most of his players are kind of going in the portal, or going someplace else. I mean,
all the famous pokes are having their say about things going on right now. Doug Gottlieb is mad about Trace Ford, which is like, wow, he is big mad about it, and it's just whenever I'm told that media members aren't fans, I always point to Doug Gottlieb. So this is why like no one trusts. Like, oh, we're not fans. Like, fuck you. I see the way some of you fuckers act at times.
Oh my gosh, Kansas just recovered an onside kick, and
Kansas still gonna lose that game. Kansas is gonna lose that game.
Oh, you're gonna make me turn that shit on, aren't you?
He just made me turn it on, so
fuck it. This is the only other bowl game I've given a shit about. Like, just for Twitter purposes. I mean, while Twitter is actually working at the moment.
Because it keeps going down.
Here, my God, to Twitter
scores. I'll just bring it up on here.
Yeah,
but
they did recover that.
You were talking about though, like Doug. It's also too. Look at Robert crying about Trace Ford as well as Oklahoma State. Like the fans are about pitchforks him when it's like, guys, he's been there. He always wanted to go to OU. We got screwed by Riley on that though, who never offered him. Like
that was a big catch.
Riley never offered him, and then suddenly he wanted him, and then he lost out on him. Funny how that works.
It was all this bullshit about just like he doesn't fit what what Grinch wanted to do or whatever. I'm just like, this is such crap.
Like, it is.
Yeah,
it's because Riley failed.
Yeah, I mean, but I'll say though too. I mean, he had like a couple of impactful seasons, and then I think he had like one season.
He's had he's had an ACL and another knee injury.
Yeah.
So.
Right.
Yeah.
You would think
the
way the pokes and the fans and the way they're acting, you would have thought he was like a 3-time Lombardi Award winner or some shit.
He took their puppy.
You got mad when Caleb Williams left. Yeah, he won a fucking Heisman. Like anyone would be fucking mad.
Yeah. This is exactly like Lincoln Riley. This is not at all exactly like Lincoln Riley. Like they are bigly mad, dude. Like,
I
was initially gonna make I thought Ron Tatum had gone to Texas, but it turns out his grades were shit, so he had to go to JUCO. So I know he was planning to go to Texas. Like he was we flipped him from Texas or whatever, or we won his recruitment. He turned out he sucked. He was going to go to Texas, and then his grades sucked. He went to JUCO. Now he's going to go to UTSA or something. But that was the closest thing to think of. Like, because like we lost Ron Tatum. He was going to go to Texas. I was trying to think of like who left OU to go to a rival, and I couldn't think of one. So, and like I really stopped. I had to think about it for a second. It's like, why are people mad? It's like, well, the difference is we're Oklahoma. I'm not saying we don't have fans that get mad because we have a lot of stupid fans and they're all on Twitter and Facebook. But
and your live streams. Don't forget that.
Yeah, they show up to a lot of them show up to our live streams too. And say stupid shit like Colorado was doing really well this year. So not before Dion. So
sure, guys.
But like when we lose a guy, it's like we're OU, touchdown Kansas. We're OU. We're gonna like we had a 6-6 season and we reeled in a top 5 fucking recruiting class with 3 5-stars.
The best class ever. Period.
Well, modern wise. If you made me put stars to names, I'd probably go like the 75 class might be the best ever.
Because how many 5-stars?
If we do a National Football Foundation, retroactive recruiting rankings, that 75 class with Billy Sims and all those guys is pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Didn't win a title. Should have won a title, but they were tons of guys. But
the Billy Sims fumble.
Let's see if they get this 2-point conversion.
Yeah.
We got it. We have a tie game.
Yeah.
Arkansas. Arkansas. I will look wrong in this case.
Barrett Sallee looking like a fucking tool now, talking about SEC bullshit.
We were definitely rocking in here. Man, my coworker is going to be so excited.
Kansas football got me to turn off wrestling. I just want you to know how powerful that is.
So you're saying I should order pork ribs?
Potentially, maybe. Sean, it's what you said is the Oklahoma State. This is the really toxic side fan base coming out. Like they're having. I think you were the one that mentioned it, where it was on Twitter, where they had the Barstool account saying like, "Go for his knees" at this point. Like, guys, he's making a business decision.
No, that wasn't Barstool. That was Message Board Geniuses. But
Message Board Geniuses. You got.
But I want you to think about this for a second. They found a way to have a worse season than we did. I want you to stop and think about. I don't care what the final record is, because they might have a. They might. We're not going to win tomorrow. I'm just going to say.
No, we're going to get annihilated.
So we're going to be 6-7. They'll be 7-6, and some poke will try to use that as logic, as they had a better year. I mean, if whatever helps you sleep at night.
But like, your roster is kind of nearly depleted itself anyway, and not only that, but you're having some staffing, issues and everything that's surrounding with your head coach and
why
issues
isn't
had over the years.
Why aren't
he's already overstayed.
I mean, why aren't the pokes asking the question, the fans and whatnot? Why aren't they asking the serious questions like, is Mike Gundy the problem?
I'm going to give you two answers for that. The fans that are rational have already said he is the problem. They've been saying this for years now. Like my brother-in-law, other coworkers.
Oh, your brother-in-law. That looks like you know who.
Yeah. Yeah.
Coach
Riley. But Tell has said the same thing. He knows it's Gundy's time is done. He's like, Gundy was good 5 years ago. Or the dialing at this point when he started making his money and paycheck, it was done.
Well, Gundy was one of these assholes who took advantage of the COVID rule and had like a monster stacked, football team with like 6-year seniors. Right. And I don't blame him for that. I would do the same thing if I could. I would put a stacked team, and you had your best defensive coordinator, and probably one of the in a long, long time, if ever, got stolen by Ohio State, who for some reason hasn't worked out there defensively quite yet. But still made the playoff. Still made the playoff. But even so, it's just you can't and then you threaten one of he didn't just threaten any reporter. He threatened one of his Homer reporters for asking a softball question.
It was Marshall, wasn't it?
And then he got on his hands and knees on Twitter and begged for forgiveness, which is just disgusting.
Which is funny because the journalists are coming to Marshall's side.
I thought about what I said. Like, this is like me a month or two ago saying, I'm sorry I made a joke about kids with cancer flying down to Oklahoma and waving to the football team to give them, to inspire them to play better.
Yeah.
Which I still think is stupid, but I did it anyway just to make people shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Here's $100. Let them buy some Nintendo Switch games. Like, for fuck's sake. Yeah. Okay, one of them. A good get Mario Party, something they can all play.
No, they'll get Mario Kart 8. The remake that just keeps on happening.
Well, that too. Whatever the most kids can play, whatever has fun when Iowa's having it. Well, Iowa might have a better year next year. But the point of the matter is, it's that you're going after you're threatening your Homer media, who will just like bow down to you because you're untouchable. It seems. And it's like, I don't like Carson Cunningham because he's a little bit of a poke bitch too, but he's like one of the few guys who will come up and say shit. Because last night he made a stupid he just couldn't help himself. He had to make shit about OU during the Oklahoma State bowl game with Wisconsin. Yeah, he had to make something about OU because that's what the pokes do. But even he this morning, like, he actually went back to like Bob after the Russell Athletic Bowl, which I was in attendance for, and he pointed at 4 or 5 different moments, and even timestamped them for the YouTube clip where he was asked very similar questions. Bob Stoops, being like the pro that he is, answered them in stride like a professional. I've seen Bob get pissy at press conferences.
Yeah, because he always gets pissy at Hoover.
Yeah,
it was always a competition.
Hoover has the ability to get under Bob's skin. But Bob had a reason to be mad at Hoover because he tried to. He's like, "Don't lump me in with you."
Yeah.
Well, I guess we were both wrong thinking about this team. Is like, no, don't lump me in with you.
But there's such a meltdown. Well, with the media, even the ones like Dad called me and he's like, "What is going on at Oklahoma State? Why have they had the mass exodus?" I'm like, Dad, he keeps saying that. Gomer Jones keeps saying that it's a internal thing, but it's not Mike Gundy. Oh yeah, it's Mike Gundy. It's a culture thing, and he doesn't be there. Let's just be honest. He doesn't want to be there anymore.
Why would Spencer Sanders leave if he's got one more year? And like he sees, like, why would he leave?
Correct.
Yeah.
Why would he leave? Why would Trace Ford leave? I mean, he's been hurt, but so, like, why would he leave? Like, what are the reasons? I know why guys are leaving Oklahoma this year, because most of them they're a bunch of Jags that were recruited by Riley.
Right.
And I know it's like, if you like, there's only a handful of guys like, man, I wish he hadn't left. I felt like that about like 2 guys out of like the 15 or so that have like entered the portal.
Caleb and was it Mario?
Oh no, I'm talking about this year.
I thought you were talking about last year. Gotcha.
No. But Mario makes sense because he was going to go with Caleb, and Caleb was all those made sense to me. So it's like even those guys, okay, like they're going to follow him because like I understood that. I was mad at the man who left initially. So
right,
but for this year, it's like on the list of all the guys in the portals, like Bray Walker entered, but nobody wants him apparently, or no one that know where he wants to go. And it's just, oh boy, I feel bad for Bray Walker. He seems like a good guy, but man, he has 2 lead feet, and he's just, it's just a shame. Cavante Henry didn't work out. It's like, all right, so just a bunch of guys over the place that are Joseph Wette, just whatever, just wasn't meant to be. But again, like, I think next year, like, they could have a losing season the way things are going. Do you think quarterback play? I always point to you think our quarterback play was bad this year at times.
Yeah,
with backups. You got a little piece of it last night, and I mean,
funny when you for Wildcat.
It's not like Wisconsin was some world. Oh my God! Oh shit! I thought they pre-broke that for a second. No, it's the games and the regulation. But no, it's like Wisconsin got fired. They lost to a team that fired their coach in their bowl game, which again I don't put a lot of stock in. But it's not about the bowl game to me. It's about it's about how you react to it at the end, and just like you once again instead of because Brent got asked a similar question like this morning or yesterday. And it was like, granted, it's a different situation. It was not before. It was just like, they asked him about the wide receiver. Like they kind of talked about the wide receiver. Someone asked about the wide receiver coach.
Yeah.
And it was just like, and he talked great about Washington and just talked him up and everything, but also said, we haven't made a decision yet. That's all you got to do. And you know what? They probably haven't made a decision because they're probably still looking. And if they don't find anybody they think is good enough, they'll stand pat with what they got, whether you like that or not. Brent was a grown-up and answered the question.
And he kept it very generic, too. Like, we're not there. Essentially, we're not there yet. Cool. That's all he needed to do.
And people always say, well, if you know the answer to the question, why do you ask it? And you know why you ask it? Because of what Mike Gundy did last night. That's exactly why you ask the question. Because if he says no, oh well, you got it. You got like a nothing answer. But you made him you made a story out of nothing, and that's not on the reporter. That's on Mike Gundy. So this is why you ask these questions. They might be tough in the little time window that it's in, but it's still a softball question. It might be coming at you 100 miles an hour. It's still a softball. You should still be able to hit it.
Correct. And that's the big thing is that's what they were talking about on the local radio, Sean, all over was they don't necessarily agree with Marshall's question because they said the same thing of why would you you've been there. But the moment Mike called him an ass, he crossed the line. They said you lost the crowd at that point.
Crossed the line. No, crossing the line
more than many times, but
no, crossing the line is asking, is your daughter good at sucking cock? That's crossing the line.
Okay, that's crossing the line. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But at the same time, though, Gundy, He made himself.
I was just
more
using a generic
Yeah.
example. I didn't even know if Mike Gundy has a daughter. I just threw it out there. So
right. It's at what point is Oklahoma State going to go?
Are they?
Because to me they're caught in the same loop we did with Bob of we can't look for other people because what if we regress? Oklahoma State, that's what your history has been without Gundy.
They're
I don't think you
regressing.
should be
They're
as worried.
regressing now. I mean,
Yeah.
but I mean,
Yeah.
like worst recruiting class in a long time.
But-
No matter what people say, the Gundy OAN thing definitely
That's
hurts.
what, in my opinion, really started it. Was
Definitely
the
hurt.
shit.
Definitely hurts him. It's hurt him in recruiting more than people.
all they
want to
do is
admit.
talk about the news on that channel.
But then,
Oh yeah.
News.
But that's the thing. If Gundy was pulling in like a top 20 recruiting class, then no. I mean, look, you can't touch him. Then you go.
No, Texas Tech is pulling in top 20 recruiting classes now.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Look, it's one thing you go through the bumps then, but
Yeah.
what is Gundy going to be worth it? Is next year's recruiting class or portal, or or is he going to make use of the transfer portal somehow? If Gundy's not,
Oh no,
doing
he's
that-
not good. He doesn't use the portal. Come on now.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
He's one of them coaches.
Oh yeah. It's not right. All's fair in love, war, and college.
No,
football.
you know what Brent's gonna do in a week or
So-
two? You know what
Use the
Brent's gonna
portal.
do? Well, yeah, but apparently we have our eye on some playoff team rosters. So we'll see how this weekend goes. We'll see who enters the portal and we'll see who we can get. But there's a lot of speculation because we need D-line help, and there'll be plenty of D-linemen available, from what I understand, after the next week or two. So
Yeah. But the question
Interesting. Is it? Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead,
the
Gavin.
question I have though too is like if Gundy, is pretty much already have his done, who would you have as the next head coach though? That's would be the interesting
Buddy, at
question.
this
I would
point.
have.
You got to have
I
someone who has a drive.
well, you got to have
I-
someone. I would say Robert Allen, but who's going to speak for him? Who's going to be his mouthpiece?
I
Robert
came up with-
Allen.
yeah.
Oh, you just have a burner
came up.
account.
I came up with a random name while I was at work. I somehow thought of Graham Harrell for some weird reason. I don't know why, but I just did. I mean.
I get it, Gavin. I understand. Like you have to have someone in mind. I get it. But
I
at the
don't.
same
But
time,
I don't
that
want to
past
live in a
5 years-
world where Mike Gundy isn't the head coach at OSU. It's a world I love living in because it's the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah.
But how do you enjoy that move to the SEC, Sean? It won't matter.
I can still enjoy it from a distance. I can watch down from my ivory tower, sipping my latte and watching them suffer. It's just the type of guy I
It's true.
am.
I'm a connoisseur of suffering. Whatever program, if they're on the dumpster fire,
Listen,
Texas
listen.
A&M,
We're going.
OSU,
We're going to a conference that has like 4 OSU type schools. Okay, so just like get ready.
which are the
It's-
4? Arkansas, A&M, LSU, and who else?
No.
Ole Miss is
No. Guys, yeah, no. Auburn is an OSU type school. They're like Auburn's like Super Saiyan version of Oklahoma State. They actually have national championships, and
Yeah.
they actually beat teams worth of shit once in a while. So yeah, like
Why
Auburn's an
do that
OSU
every
type
so
school.
often?
Yeah, they're definitely an OSU type school. Mississippi State, Arkansas, definitely. So there's plenty of those. We got plenty of those little brother, second tier mindset type of programs in the SEC we can fuck with for a little bit.
We're gonna get right. We're all gonna be the citizen going into.
God, I hope.
the
Can we
SEC,
run the table next year in at least a Big 12 play?
please?
I mean, I
That's
guess
all I ask.
I guess our non-conference is too soft. I guess that we don't have the Georgia game anymore. We could just lose and no one will think twice about it.
No, because that got replaced like with SMU this
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
God, we're gonna have to drop a Big 12 game to somebody, but man, because we're not going undefeated next year. But it'd be sure be nice if we could.
I mean,
Yeah.
Kansas State's going to probably lose most of their guys, if anything else, though, too.
Yeah, but it's gonna be,
Yeah,
I mean,
be real good.
I mean, we know Texas is going 8-4, so
I mean,
I have nothing to back that up except for the fact they're Texas. So
Yeah.
I mean, their vacation home is out.
yeah, and then of course, so they have Alabama next year as well. I think at Alabama as well.
Yep. Yep,
So,
they're
so
Alabama.
you know,
That's correct.
yeah, which that I'm kind of already chalking down as a loss.
The camera is situated terrible at the Liberty Bowl. It blocked the touchdown, so I had no idea what happened. There's a fan went, yeah, out of the way. I have no idea what happened.
Guy was well, the Liberty Bowl doesn't
Yeah.
even have. Well, the Liberty
Dude,
Bowl
they
doesn't
went
even
for that
have
on
running
fourth
water.
down in overtime.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And they had the ball first. They had the ball first, so that was ballsy by Kansas to do that.
Yeah, I think Kansas has probably been the surprise team out of anybody this college football season, if anything.
I mean,
I would say
it's
Tennessee.
Kansas.
I would say Tennessee.
Yeah.
Tennessee beat Bama. Like you ain't gonna get anything bigger of what the hell in college football in 2022 than Tennessee finally beats Bama.
And then did nothing with it.
That's not true. That's not true. They're in a New Year's Six. Hey, they're in a New Year's Six game, and their guys opted out.
Well, yeah, they're in the New Year's Six game. Yeah.
I mean, players are opting out of that game and whatever, but
Georgia's. Yeah.
Tennessee is in a major bowl game for the first time in
Georgia's
ever
since Tennessee and Kansas is in a bowl game for the first time in what 14 years.
There are people old enough to drive who have never seen until this year. You know? Yeah. Tennessee beat Bama.
That's crazy to think about. And I'm serious on that. I saw the old was around when Tennessee last time a type of deal, and it makes me feel old, but at the same time I'm like, oh yeah, I was in high school at this point.
I was like in the middle of my Army career. So
yeah.
Which I still have weird ever since I've been doing taking my medication, I've been having weird dreams about being back in the Army. And they're all boring.
Of course.
I don't have exciting Army dreams. I don't have exciting Army dreams. I have like, well, all right, we gotta get the paperwork done to walk around my barracks for a little bit and just wander around Fayetteville, North Carolina. It's like, these are boring. Give me something to do.
You don't have saying or fighting the all NB one in anime world. That's
I don't get those dreams. I've been getting some REM sleep, like legit REM sleep, like where it's like I am deep asleep and I am dreaming boring ass shit. It's like, what do you dream about? Going to the mall. I'm serious. I have going to the mall dreams, man.
Really? Wow.
I miss the mall.
That's boring, man.
That's boring. It's like, why do you dream about going to the mall? I don't know. Just like dream about going to the mall. It just happens.
Because
Arkansas just scored.
Because there's always some place where you're walking out of an EB Games and see the Mr. and Mrs. Smith poster.
You know, like, you're taking me back,
dude. I always end up like in video game stores / like movie stores or bookstores, or I always end up in an airport sometimes that has a bookstore. And apparently I had an order one time where I pre-ordered some stuff that I never picked up from the last time I flew through that airport, because apparently they kept all my shit from like a year or two ago or something like that. And I was being like judged for some of the things I ordered. I was like, why did you order this? I don't know. It just seemed like it was new. I just wanted to get it. It's like,
but why?
I don't know. Who the fuck are you judging me for? It's like, you'd always try to look for things in certain aisles, but you can't find the aisle, whatever. It's like, geez, why am I analyzing this shit?
Like, man,
it symbolizes the emptiness in your life. I couldn't find Ursa Yatsura Volume 4, and that's the emptiness of my life.
This asks more questions than answers.
The emptiness in my
And then I woke up and realized, oh wait, I have all 16 volumes on my shelf. I'm good.
The emptiness in my life was when they stopped making crappy movie tying games, because you'd occasionally get one that was good.
Which one? See, now you.
I'll give you a Spider-Man 2 for the PlayStation 2.
Two Towers and Return of the King were good.
Okay, that's fair, but that was like what, 20 years ago almost.
Right, yeah. But I'm giving you Spider-Man 2 for the PS2 because that was the very first open world Spider-Man.
I like it.
you.
Yeah.
The Mysterio fight was one of the hardest fights of all time.
Oh yeah. Wait, are you talking about like the? I'm talking about the movie tie-in game.
Yeah, I'm talking about the movie tie-in game where Mysterio has like it was like a 3-pronged health, has like a 3-level health bar,
Oh
and
yeah,
then
okay.
glass jaw.
Yeah, I remember delivering pizzas.
And saving balloons.
Yeah, saving balloons and whatnot.
My balloon!
Oh, fuck. God damn it.
See, that's what you're going to do now is you're going to be playing Spider-Man 2.
No, I don't have a PlayStation 2 anymore, so.
But in your dreams, you might have a PlayStation 2.
No, I don't play video games in my dreams. I go
That
to
would
like
be anti-pick.
I go to like used video game stores in my dreams and nothing there, but anyway, football is football.
Football is football.
I
know you.
I may or may not be going to the game tomorrow because
I was going to ask you that. What's the status on that? Because what
well,
was your
our
ticket person unable to get you in?
Eric's
yeah.
ticket person has disappeared. He has ghosted us, so or ghosted him, I should say. And then I went on Twitter.
Assuming with Eric's person, like he is reputable. It's just something happened.
Well, I don't know. It just whatever. And so then I went on Twitter and said, "Hey, if I don't get these, like this is not a subtle hint for get tickets." And of course, someone tags me, "Hey, I might get you tickets." I'm like, "Fuck, okay." And then I DM the person. I said, "Hey, I just saw this," and he said, "Well, I saw someone else say they were trying to get rid of free tickets. Let me see if I can get them." Okay, that was like an hour or two ago. So we'll see what happens.
Are you expecting to actually stream it or actually go to the game at this point?
I don't know. If I get free tickets and it's easy to get these tickets, like go to Will Call and pick them up, I'll go.
Yeah,
I will walk. I will hop in an Uber and to the 12 miles down the street, literally down the street, literally down East Colonial, and then make a left and just go into that area or whatever. So. But yeah, I will do that. Eric's not going regardless now, which I'm like, it was your idea.
So then he's making you go alone. That's the worst.
It's like it was your idea, and he's busy, and he has a little anxiety stuff for things, which is fine. I get it. Like it's like I get okay, it's fine.
Well, I mean, for all three of y'all, what do you actually then expect from tomorrow? I mean, I think Universal, unless you're a Madden,
we're gonna
you're
lose.
really expecting us to. What do you actually expect from the game tomorrow? Because
chaos.
This is a case matchup for OU,
chaos.
in my opinion.
I think OU can score if I think Sexton's going to be very key. Losing Anton Harrison sucks, but I don't blame the dude. Go get paid, dude.
Yeah, I don't either.
If that guy has a good combine, interviews, all those things, he could sneak into the first round. I think if he would have came back, he would have been a lock of the first round potentially if he had a great year.
Yeah.
If he stacked another really good year. But go get paid, dude.
I don't, and that's
Gray being gone really hurts my feelings because it's like, but I also understand go get paid. So again, I don't hold it personal against kids for not wanting to play in the Cheez-It Bowl.
But Sean, it's the Cheez-It Bowl. You have to feel the cheesiest. Apparently, they didn't want to, except Turk. Turk wanted to feel the cheesiest.
Well, he was vying for that hotel room the entire time, and I don't blame him.
I don't either. He wanted that hotel room.
Come on, he's the only one you'd want to see in there because he's going to vlog it. And I want, and plus, I never watch these, but I would totally, for one time only, if he stayed in that room, if he's staying in that room tonight. Actually, we need to check soon in the next hour or two. If that dude has a Bible study on his YouTube channel in the Cheez-It room, I'm tuning in. I don't care what. I don't know. I'm not going to pay attention to the Jesus parts, but I'll just he's really doing this in the Cheez-It room. He's really talking about Jesus. Jesus is the cheesiest. Cheesiest.
So if I see you tweet something later tonight, I'm like, it's happening. We know exactly to the dot.
It'll be the cheesiest Bible study in YouTube live stream history.
Bible study brought by Michael Turk. Sponsored.
I will watch a Bible study with him in the Cheez-It room.
Well, besides the Cheez-It room, who's going to be our running back?
Javonte Barnes.
Barnes.
Maybe Gavin Sawchuk finally gets a few carries because people are like, "Where's Gavin Sawchuk?" I'm like, I don't know. They redshirted his ass for a reason.
Yeah. Well, and I figure it's not going to be. I think Marcus Major is still injured.
Yeah, he ain't playing.
Yeah, I was like, it's down to 2 guys at this.
What
about
Tawi Walker is probably gonna get some carries
on that team?
I mean, it's just a glorified. It's a glorified scrimmage at this point.
Yeah, we're unfortunately.
Is DJ Graham gonna play some wide receiver?
Yes,
I say go for it, DJ. Make it happen.
As well, I mean, what do you have to lose at this point? I mean, there's nothing to gain from it. I don't blame Anton or Eric. I think we're still losing even with them here.
I mean, Marvin's playing, so I don't know. That's a good sign that he might be coming back. The fact that he's
we got
Marvin
Drake Stoops coming back as well too for next year.
Marvin, that's by of all people.
Marvin leaving and staying has been like gone back and forth like 4 or 5 times since and it's like the latest is he's coming back. So I don't know, that could change in an hour, but as of right now he's coming back because every time I hear something it's like he's leaving. Okay, I just got the catch, 1st and goal.
See, and that's the stuff I keep hearing too, Sean, is it's back and forth, but he didn't get a good draft grade. That's what I keep hearing down the pipeline. They're like,
he's playing in this bowl game. I think he's coming back.
Yeah. I mean, that's going to help us next year. We need him next year, in my opinion. I don't think he wanted to end his year.
Well, every year OU will get a wide receiver or 2 that people feel good about, but there's no guarantee they're going to contribute because, hey, Jane Gibson won. No, he didn't. So I like Jaquez Petaway and Keon Brown. We don't know how good they're going to be year 1, so I would like to have as many experienced guys as possible. Yeah. And I would like to have at least one more portal wide receiver. They thought they had the kid from Louisiana Tech, and then he was technically committed or whatever, and then nope, Ole Miss. So fuck you, Lane Kiffin. God damn it.
What? Here's my other question. You talk about Marvin Mims. What about Dylan? Because the rumors keep spreading with him as well. Like, what is he doing? Like,
he's coming back, dude.
I mean, that was my assumption, but then it sounds like a lot of people are unsure. Like, where do you go to at this point?
He's not leaving. Where the fuck's he gonna go?
Exactly.
Can't go anywhere because draft is kind of not really.
He could go to Temple. I'm sure Temple would want him.
And I mean, game's over. Arkansas wins. Wait, there's a flag on the play.
But I mean, he counts it then at like, what is it to lose? Like him saying he's coming back for another year. Is he that scared that he's not going to be the starter all year? Like, I guess that's my question.
Well, he's going to be the starter at the beginning of the year. Like, Jackson Arnold would have to be so goddamn good. And I love Jackson Arnold, but I don't think he's that good. You know what I mean? He's going to walk in as a true fresh. He's not going to do what Caleb did. Even Caleb, as good as he was. Personal foul. Targeting on targeting on Arkansas.
Yeah. I thought that's what had happened because it looked like they hit his head really bad when he was trying to get in. I want to see a replay though.
Oh, that's targeting.
He's out. Bye. It doesn't matter because it's the end of the season. Who cares? But seriously, where would this
wait, what was weird? Who recovered? There was a fumble though on that.
Yeah, but it doesn't. The fumble's nullified. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
if it's targeting,
yeah.
If it's targeting, the fumble is.
No, I know. I just didn't know if Kansas recovered in the end zone or something weird, crazy.
No.
That's what I was thinking.
There is one thing we can celebrate for sure was the wacky wild adventure that is Peyton Bowen and his recruitment.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Gosh, just the rumors were flying about everything. But I'm happy we landed him.
I'm not going to pretend that I wasn't checked out like the night before. I was like, he hasn't signed his letter of intent yet, and I'm like, nope, I'm done. I'm fucking done. No, I'm done. I'm hitting the eject button. I wake up the next fucking morning. It's like, oh, he's going to OU now. Like, what? What's going on? As and everyone's getting all excited. I'm like, I ain't celebrating shit till I see a fucking commitment video from Oklahoma.
Yeah,
and
I was like, I ain't celebrating shit. Well, I broke that rule a little bit when Brent tweeted out the freaking like the token or challenge coin along with the
Ray
little.
is such a boss, by the way.
I'm just like, no, you fucking didn't.
He's a madman for doing that.
Oh, did you see their little? Did you see Brent and Todd and Miguel Chavis and Ted Roof? Did you see their little group Christmas pic they posted today after Trace Ford?
Yeah,
I was like, I love these guys.
they know how to troll. That is the best. Like, I had the laugh that even OU Soccer retweeted like Emma just like, yep, that's about right. They knew.
Oh, the Notre Dame fans got mad. It's like, man, using a girlfriend, that's just like messed up, man. And then of course, everyone who was smart jumped on that. Well, at least his girlfriend is real.
Yeah, I saw that and I was just like,
poor Manti Te'o.
Whatever happened to Te'o? Like, he kind of disappeared.
Dude, they had like a Netflix documentary about that shit.
Yeah.
No, I know about that, but what happened after that?
I
need to go like.
I don't think he went to the NFL, had a few mildly productive seasons, and then that was it.
Yeah, I'm sure I think Manti Te'o was a good kid and all. I don't have anything against him. It's just like, that poor dude.
And then, of course, they had the whole what was it, like a Netflix documentary about all that and everything.
Yeah, I mentioned that just a second ago. Manti Te'o is the story of sheltered kids.
Yeah,
who are like protected from everything, who are raised right, he literally is the good young Christian kid, but man, just so nice and so gullible, and he got catfished on Facebook. Yeah. It's like
dude, they confirmed the targeting.
I was like, that poor dude's like, man, you are like a star linebacker at Notre Dame. You can literally have any girl you want on campus, and it's like, poor guy.
It happens. Early days of the internet. It's unfortunate. But,
yeah.
You know.
Well, and it's
And I remember he did like a thing where he was very selective on who would do an interview with him after all that fiasco happened because it was so humiliating. And the only thing I remember similar to that was Steve Bartman after the Cubs blew the NLCS against the Marlins, and Bartman grabbed the ball in the 8th inning or whatever, and someone tracked his ass down, like a reporter, to find him, and they finally found Steve Bartman, and they kind of confronted him in a garage, like, "Hey, I just want to talk. And then Steve Bartman was like, no," because I remember reading the article on ESPN. It was that level of insanity. So, but anyway, Peyton Bowen, awesome, generational talent at safety, love it.
Is he an early enrollee?
Fuck yes.
I thought it was number 3. There's 3 of them.
We have 15 early enrollees.
Oh, I'm way off then. I thought it was just 3.
No. Oh God, no. We got 15.
My God. Then
would you like to know the 15?
Yeah, let's go with 15. Let's roll with that.
Our 15 early enrollees are as follows. PJ Atabare, Jackson Arnold, Keon Brown, Joshua Bates, Kendall Dolby, Caden Green, Caleb Hicks, Derek LeBlanc, Eric McCarty, Phil Picciotti, Ashton Sanders, Dalen Smothers, Makari Vickers, Josiah Wagner, and Peyton Bowen.
Jesus. Okay, so there's my next question. Who's going to be our a day one instant impact person? That
PJ Atabare.
Yeah, well, PJ obviously. Is Peyton starting a day one probably, or is he going to probably?
I don't think he's starting. Does he play? Fuck yes, does he play? I don't think he's.
Oh, absolutely.
Because you're going to have his former high school teammate Billy Bowman, who's playing his position. I don't know if you get silly and have Bowen and Bowman as free and strong safety back there. You could, I guess, in theory, but I mean, Peyton Bowen's a straight up ball hawking free safety. That's what he is. He can hit you. He can make plays. So, but I'm just like, imagine Stephen Parker, but like the next level in a sense. I don't know. Stephen Parker is more of a strong, but you know what I mean. Just like having elite safety play. It's been a minute. All right, here we go for another Well, from the 1 yard line.
Kansas
Does
goes
he
for
get
it.
in? Oh, we have a tie game. Another overtime.
Sweet.
Dueling
All right,
2-point
2-point
conversions.
conversion pinball. Let's go.
But Swiggy, it was supposed to be to make the game safer. We were going to do 2 points because that may they end earlier.
Yeah. Let's do the one play that has the most collision in football, short yardage, over and over again, just to see what happens.
Oh yeah, maybe we would get what, I don't know, like 9 overtimes. Like I don't know if you guys remember
Illinois
what
and
was
Penn
it?
State.
Yeah, Illinois, Penn State. Yeah.
I mean, with how the refs are going right now, we might.
And this is, I think, a Pac-12 officiating crew that's doing this.
Well, I mean, the most accurate officiating crews of all time come from the Pac-12.
Absolutely. They get it right every single call.
God, it was so great to cuck Oregon. God, it was amazing.
And it's funny is they so pissed off too. Like some of them were like, "Yeah, we didn't expect."
I was like, you motherfuckers, why are you mad? You weren't emotionally invested in this like Notre Dame and OU.
Like, yeah, it was like offered back. Do you think the rumors that he did that just to tell his parents a lot worse?
It's like you showed up at like. It's like you showed up at the airline, you got upgraded to first class, but it turns out like I'm sorry, this is meant for the Forster family, not the Foster family. Oh, what the hell, man? Which has happened to me before.
Oh,
not like first class or anything, but I'm just be like my name gets confused all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
Foster or Forester? It's neither.
Now, the other thing I wanted to ask you, Sean, because there was like some stuff I was hearing, like there was like some issues going on between the parents of like where he wanted to go to school or something like that. Was that something I was hearing?
Yeah, mom wanted him to go to Notre Dame. She was in love with Notre Dame. Mm-hmm. He was in love with his girlfriend and wanted to go to Oklahoma. Dad was in love with Nike stock options and wanted him to go to Oregon. So
that's what it is.
But then at the end of the day, he picked Oregon from like everyone kind of reads between the lines. This isn't official, but like everyone feels like he picked Oregon just to like get a conversation started with his mom. Because like supposedly, we eliminated Oklahoma the night before. I'm like, what? And then it's like, because of Tom Lloyd, the Notre Dame guy on 24/7, his source was clearly mom. Based on it all makes sense now. He was clearly talking to his mom. So I've heard nothing different. He's going Notre Dame. He's going Notre Dame. He's going Notre Dame. Like his source was wrong. Yeah. Well, mom wanted him to go to Notre Dame more than anything. And just all year long, it's like he committed on January 1st. And like ever since, like I joke when I say January 2nd, but it felt like since January 2nd, like it felt like we were going to get him. Once we got Jackson Arnold, that kind of opened the door a lot. So which was very soon after the fact when Levy got in and everything. So it's just the dude took like a dozen unofficial trips to OU.
And he loved it. And it was not just his girlfriend being here. He actually did enjoy Norman.
It helped. It didn't hurt.
Yeah.
It did not hurt.
Absolutely.
So, but like at the end of the day, like everyone knew he wasn't going to Notre Dame. It was just like, it was the worst kept secret. Like Notre Dame fans were just like, and then Tom Lloyd kept on telling them he was still committed. And they got hurt.
I mean, Tom wasn't wrong because OU, he never signed with OU before, so he wasn't wrong until he was wrong.
He wasn't committed till OU till he literally signed a letter of intent. So he was never a verbal commit ever.
Right.
He signed the letter of intent. It's like, man, it came down to the wire, literally.
Yeah. I mean, that's the rumor I kept hearing is he picked Oregon to shock his parents and show this is the worst case scenario. I can always go to Oregon, and that's where
he was sitting. He was sitting in the hospital bed, bandaged up, and told his mom, "Shut your fucking face! I'll be going to Oklahoma now. You best."
That cracked me up. That was a good one, Sean. Hey, remember, girlfriend's undefeated. You're right every time.
I'll be going to Damick now.
Now I don't know if the rumor is true. I keep on hearing that they said that Brent personally drove down to Denton to speak with him or whatever. But I'm like,
Well, yeah, he had it in home.
Who knows?
With him like last week? Like he had the last in home.
yeah.
They played
The only-
Madden.
The only thing I don't know if it's true or not. I've heard houses say the OU hat was there, and I've heard other sources say I was there. The OU not present.
Well, it was allegedly under it was
confirmed.
allegedly under the table. Oh, that's game.
Arkansas win.
Why did you throw it away?
Arkansas went. Yeah, I mean that was
What do you do? Dude, go for the pylon, do it or something. Just like run for it.
It's
I
why
think
it's
he
canceled.
forgot. I think he forgot it was one. I think he forgot there was only one play.
Yeah, dude. You don't. Why
Yeah,
did
it's
you?
only
You
one
threw it at the back of the
play.
end zone. What are you doing?
What an idiot!
I mean, that was Bean throwing the ball because I guess they had to take out. It's like, what a hard fought game. Anyway, back to wrestling. If it's still on, yeah, I got 10 minutes left.
You do. How's AEW going?
I don't know. Is Wardlow wrestling? Let's find out. Wardlow's wrestling. Okay.
Well, but in all seriousness, has there outside of the LSU Bama recruit where his mom really wanted him to go to LSU? I can't think of a crazier recruitment that had drama like this in recent.
There was
years.
there's a couple. There was one kid whose mom refused to sign the letter of intent, and she like
the Arkansas, yeah.
She
ran away.
She ran away with the letter of intent and refused to sign it, and like caused that drama. Like that was insane. Who was it? Was it Zach Evans way back when? I think he was like K-State, Tennessee, or something. He couldn't make up his mind. Or he was like the number one player in the country. I forgot how that took forever. That went like weeks after the fact. After signing in February, it's like, what's going on with this kid? What's going on? And he just never amounted to much at all. This kind of never lived up to the hype. So I'm sure if like we lived in an internet age in the 70s, my God, the stories we'd hear. Trying to think, Eric Dickerson going to SMU back in the early 80s was a big deal.
Oh yeah,
because he was supposed to go to A&M. He didn't want to go to A&M, and you watch the documentary. It's like he doesn't want to go to A&M, but we have this car. We feel obligated, and like it's like he has to go now. And then like SMU boosters like, no, he does not. Don't worry, we will take care of the car. Don't you worry about it.
Well, I forgot. Was OU recruiting him?
Yes, God, it sucks, man. Like Eric Dickerson said that OU is a school he kind of was really thinking of going to. But his like grandma didn't trust Switzer. Like she thought he was a
swindler.
Yeah. It's like, and I don't blame her for thinking that, but it's like,
I could have been
Eric Dickerson at OU in the early 80s. My God, like we had a rough patch in the early 80s. People forget this. Like it wasn't an easy transition after Billy, but he could have easily taken over after Billy, and we would have had like the next great running back in college football. And it was like, just
after Marcus. No, that was before Marcus Dupree.
Dupree was 82.
Yeah.
And, but dude, Eric Dickerson, like we might win a national title with Eric Dickerson potentially. There's a possibility. 1, 2. Oh, nope, shoulder up. But
yeah, I kept getting that we did recruit him. I was like, that's too familiar.
Of course they recruit. Like Switzer had like one quick little interview clip in that documentary, but that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like a 3-second interview clip of him being interviewed about him. But
I mean, it's crazy how wild like the recruitment, and it's only going to get like that every single year at this point. Because what was it?
Switzer convinced Billy Sims to wait a couple days to add to the drama. So he could the reason he did that just to so he get all the attention, but because back you didn't have like the whole fax machine deal. It's like they wanted like coaches had to come in person and get their letter of intent and signed at a certain time. So they went all across like locally to pick up letters of intent or something. It was weird. Like, so they wanted to be a special thing then. So I would love to hear more stories like how that actually worked, because everyone thinks nowadays they still use the fax machines. Well, yeah, they don't necessarily use fax machines anymore. You can use digital sign documents now. So, so the fax machine is definitely a choice still, but you can still use like PDFs from what I understand. So,
Well, and who would you ask about that? Yeah, of course.
oh, Wardlow can't get the power bomb because his knee. Oh no. Sorry, wrestling. I'm just trying to think of like what. I mean, you could ask players, and you can ask like guys like Keith Jackson.
Yeah. I mean, wasn't Billy the one that Switzer called during OU Texas? Like, yep, gotta go. Bye.
Oh no, it was a Colorado. It was a game like against Colorado or somebody. He called like he knew Billy was working. He knew Billy was working at the gas station, and he called him at halftime and just like talked about everything. He's like, I just want to let you know, like if he knew I was the only one he could call, because it was like a little trick that's like he knows he's the only one he can call because it's halftime of the game, because he couldn't call. I could have called anyone else, but I decided to call you. It was brilliant.
Yeah,
it's like brilliant recruiting tactics by Barry Switzer there. So
I mean, wouldn't you say that Adrian Pearson's recruitment was a little wild for it, because the only
we talked about it we talked about a few weeks ago back when because of his dad he like Bob was smart and went and visited his dad in prison.
But he was also the only one to do it too, though.
Yeah, because apparently they shut that shit down after the fact, and they put a stop to it. But Bob was smart. Bob was the one who got there first, and that meant something. So
yeah.
And then Dad saw his first game when he got out, the Iowa State game, and of course AD breaks his collarbone in the end zone. How about that? Last play of the game, pretty much. So
yep,
gotta love it. I was in a Best Buy. I got the phone call. I was like, well, Adrian Peterson's out for the year. I was like, what? Yeah, broke his collarbone. I was like, what? He was fine. He scored a touchdown. No, he landed his collarbone and broke it. Like, motherfucker. God damn it.
And he was never really
No, he was fine. He kicked ass in the fucking Fiesta Bowl. He was great.
In the one game, sure. But I'm talking the normal season with it. He needed more time if he had more time with it. So
more time for what?
Is what it is.
More time for what?
I think if he had another season, he would have been that. It was just like injury lingering, because he.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? He went pro after that.
No, I know that. I'm trying to remember though. Like it seemed like there was always a lingering injury with him for 100%.
Well, yeah, but he's a running back who hits like a hammer. So
right.
So he's had some moments where he's gotten hurt, but Peterson's like top 5 all-time NFL rushing yards. He's gonna be a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
So at some point that's gonna happen.
Yeah, he's a guaranteed Hall of Famer. You don't go in the top 5 of rushing all time and not go to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Right. I'm talking to OU as it seemed like, if I'm remembering, and I may just need to go back and watch old games at this point, where after the collarbone injury, it seemed like it was like almost up to the Fiesta, almost seemed injury prone from it. But then once NFL hit, everything was fine.
That was his last regular season OU game.
Was it? Man.
Yeah.
Man, I might have my timeline mixed up then.
I was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
I might have my stuff mixed up, because I remember it being another year or something between, man.
He was out against Iowa State for the rest of the year, and then they pretty much missed everything until they got him back in the Fiesta Bowl. That's what pretty much happened.
But 05 he had the high ankle sprain. It missed about 4 games. And his true freshman year, he got dinged up in the A&M game and had like a hurt shoulder and played through it.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was like, because he kept hitting people like a mother, and should have been a Heisman winner as a true freshman.
And to this day, I mean, that's one of the few that escaped at that point. But the freshman shouldn't get it. Whatever.
Well, he only had 57 yards against a blowout win against Nebraska, so that's why they couldn't give it to him.
Got all against him. I mean, if he's not 200 yards, I mean, just yeah. I was trying to think what else. What was it?
Oh man, we got some. Oh man, we got some pissed off Tech fans as Ole Miss player just kind of delivered somewhat of a cheap shot to the quarterback sliding to the ground.
Ooh.
I mean, still pissed off that they're not going to the Cheez-It Bowl.
Well, apparently OU players got to go to SeaWorld yesterday.
And Disney World, right?
I don't know who went to Disney. Maybe Brent went to Disney. Brent mentioned Disney. I don't know. They didn't post any pictures of Disney, but
yeah, I didn't see anything Disney wise or anything.
But they did go to the Fun Spot, which is a way less dilapidated version of Frontier City.
You mean Frontier Shitty?
Yeah, well, no, I said less dilapidated. Like Frontier City is literally the Scooby-Doo ghost town where Old Man Withers is trying to haunt so you can get the money off the land.
Exactly, and sometimes you take the risk of the Russian roulette if you're going to get the silver bullet.
Fun World is like a place where you go karts and some mini coasters and whatnot. And now, if I'm going to tell people to go to a tourist trap and I drive, I would go to Andretti's. If you really love go karts, like indoor go karts and stuff, like they have all that shit, and they have a modern arcade, all the modern arcade machines and stuff that you would see at other places like that. So Andretti's is a fun place to drop like $20-$30 and just play games or do go-karts or whatever.
It's almost like a I guess for here with Heyday or there's another one on I-240 here with it. So it's like it's not Disney Universal, but it's not as bad as Frontier City and everything.
They went to Universal. I mean, that's cool too. So yeah. Like I said, Universal's always good.
I like Universal. That was fun.
Well, see, like Universal's down there by iDrive and like Disney's like a little further south by Kissimmee. I mean, it's not that far away in contrast, but it's just like they own so much land down there, and then like of course like Orange County taxpayers are gonna have to pay for a bunch of shit now because fucking DeSantis decides to take away their special status, and so it's like gonna cost us money now.
Yeah, I won't be surprised if they backtrack on that really fast at some point.
Yeah, it's like you're only because Disney had their own little kind of like private nation almost. They had their own cops, their own like fire and rescue and everything. And it's like, well, now Orange and Volusia County have to take up the slack for that now. So, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. So they went to Universal, they went to Disney World, Universal, they went to other places.
I haven't been to Universal in God knows how long. It's been a minute.
I mean, it's Harry Potter at this point.
I've never been to the Harry Potter stuff ever.
It's good. I'm
sure if you're a Harry Potter fan, it's like paradise. But I give little shits about Harry Potter. I'm just like
even the rides, they were good. It's like Avatar at Disney.
I'm sure. Like I went on the Avatar ride like on a couple years back, and it was the longest 3 hour. It was literally a 3 hour line wait, and it's like, all right. We'll just do the 3 hour line thing.
But was it a life-changing experience like for Swiggy when he saw it too?
I mean, it was fun. I'm glad I did it. I would never wait in line for it again, unless it was like a 15-minute wait.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But like, but my ass is my fucking huge ass trying to fit in that little motorcycle like move thing to make it feel like I'm riding one of those like blue. Glow in the dark like pterodactyls or whatever the fuck they are. It's like this simulates you ride these like glow in the dark pterodactyl things. Like, all right, cool, let's do it. Give me my 3D glasses and spray water in my face. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do the big 3D experience. I haven't seen any movies that are worth a shit out right now. Apparently, I haven't seen Black Panther. I haven't seen Avatar yet. I just don't give a fuck.
Avatar ruled. I saw it again on Monday.
Okay, I mean, I gotta go see it while it's still in 3D and IMAX and all that shit.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say what I said last week.
I've heard it's pretty good. Yeah.
I'll say what I said last week. If you're ever gonna watch it, just go and watch it in the theater. That's
James Cameron.
That's how it's meant to be seen. It deserves to be seen on the biggest screen. It's one of the most technically amazing movies I've ever seen. I mean, it's a Cameron plot, but I had fun with it. I had fun with it.
I saw the glass. I saw Knives Out, the Glass Onion. That was good.
I just feel like it's just like Dances with Wolves, but with like blue Smurfs. That's
Yeah,
all I can
yeah.
describe
Everyone made
it.
that joke in 2009. You're digging up old jokes from 09.
Yeah.
Everyone made that joke.
But yeah,
You're the one that told you it's something similar with Avatar 2, though.
it's fun. It's I mean, it's super fun. I'm gonna say, but like, yeah, if you're gonna see it, just go pay, see it in theaters, because at home it's just not gonna be the same experience. It needs to be seen on a big screen. So if you get a chance, go and see it.
What, you tell me I need to go over and drive somewhere and watch a $10 movie for 3.5 hours?
Yep.
I'd rather be in the comfort of my own home. Thank you very much.
It ruled. Nah, it ruled in IMAX, and I mean, 2D was.
You guys.
Yes.
Oh,
He is live streaming from the Cheez-It hotel room, talking about Jesus.
Is he really?
Oh my!
You guys. Yes.
Is he really? Are you kidding me?
He is in the Cheez-It room, talking about Jesus.
Oh my gosh, he is.
This is fantastic. I think this is a good point then to wrap the live stream up then, because
I mean,
obviously people need to tune in to see.
Well, no, you can watch the
Jesus
you can watch the replay. It's all good. So
That's fair. That's fair, but you want to be in the moment though.
but I'm just like, I see the background of the video.
Oh,
He's
yep, I see it.
This man's talking about Jesus in the
Wow.
cheesiest room in all of downtown Orlando.
So
and
I'm not
and
surprised,
he's
but I
gonna
am
get married.
surprised. Yep. Well, that was it, Sean. I'm surprised that you're not going to the game just in general right now for it, when you could be the only OU guy there. I'm just saying.
No,
they
made it. They made it. They're here.
There was an attempt.
No, my God, just the travel they had to go through. Just the nightmare. Just I feel for I feel for people who had to travel. I didn't, thankfully, and I'm just like, oh, thank God. So happy.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard the horror stories with Southwest, and it's going to take another week before the system actually fully resets. And they're just like, we're working 1/3 of our staff at this point. This is insanity. They're like, if you're wanting your bags and stuff, good luck. It could be 30 days from now. Not doing check and it coming with you at that point. Like, yeah, I know Eddie was pissed getting there.
Oh yeah, I mean, just and literally they're about to for a game. They're about to watch OU lose by like 2 scores at minimum, more than likely.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
I hate to be that guy, but it's like I have no like, and like there's gonna be people who are just like. There are people who are going to like put a lot of investment into this game, and I was like, please don't.
No.
I mean, I have hope we'll win, but like if we lose, which we probably will, my life is going to be ruined. So I have hope.
Your weekend's going to be ruined until next, Swiggy.
Hey, I have hope, and rebellions are built on hope, or whatever the hell Star Wars talks about nowadays.
I finished playing a 1998 Star Wars PC strategy game. It's like a thing I do once a year.
What game?
Rebellion from 1998.
Nice.
And and this is like stupid nerd talk, but fuck it. I played the Empire because I played like hard mode, like a little behind the 8 ball, and built up everything, and I built up a bunch of big fleets. And the keys to the game, if you're the Empire, you have to destroy the Rebel headquarters, capture Luke Skywalker, and Senator Mon Mothma, and then you win. If you're the Rebellion, you got to capture Darth Vader, Emperor Palpatine, and take Coruscant. So
right.
So early on, I capture Luke. I find the Rebel base by happenstance, and I just let it stay where it is without alerting them, because they never
actually know.
Oh, well, no. Like I found it by happenstance because I got like informants for find information. Sometimes you'll get random guesses from the
Gotcha.
And so if you don't go there, they never move it because it's a movable base. That's the thing. Coruscant's not movable. So I waited for the right moment to go attack, took it out, and then Mon Mothma could be anywhere. So because it's a giant 200 planet board. So I'm just okay. I'm just going to do what I always do: build up my fleet slowly, take over through diplomacy, and taking out rebel strongholds, whatever, blah blah blah. And I build a Death Star. I'm like, yes, I got to build my Death Star. It took a while, but now I have it loaded up with like troops and TIE defenders, and I got a small little fleet around it to help it even be more powerful. It's like I get to use my new toy. So I'm in another sector, and I'm going to. And there, if the rebels take over a planet with like there's a loyalty support meter. If they take over a planet of yours with a high support for the Empire, and then you come back and you retake it, sometimes the other planets of the sector will build and support towards you because you're taking back your, it's like a push and pull type thing. Right. So I took the easiest one first. I go to the second planet, the upper right-hand corner that they took, and I'm like, here we go. And so I bombard it a little bit. I do a planetary assault, and then like my little red Empire droid goes, the capture of Mon Mothma. I was like, wait, what? I win? I was like, I hadn't even taken over. I never even taken over half the board. I was like about to take over a little half of the planets. I'm like, but I just built my Death Star. I don't get to play with my. I haven't got to play with my Death Star yet.
Neither did Emperor Palpatine.
I want to play with. Yeah, they did. They blew up. They blew up Alderaan.
They got to use it one time.
Yeah, I didn't get to blow up one planet.
Well, if you count Rogue One, there was the test. And
I'm talking about this. Is about me, okay?
Oh, okay?
This is about me. I built a brand new Death Star, which unfortunately has the same weakness as the first one. So I don't know what the fuck's up with that shit. Because the second one got rid of that shit. They got smart, but they never finished it because that got blown up too. But the point of the matter is, now I have the game saved right before I win. So if I want to be stupid, I can ignore where Mon Mothma is and just like go around and do stuff. But it's just not the same. I've won. It took me 1,101 days to win the game. So not real days, but like in game time days.
Oh, that's like 3 years. What? 4 or 5? What?
Yeah, a little over 3.
Yeah. Damn.
So
you're taking me back to my college days where Chad, Patrick, Daniel, and I, we would play the OG classic Battlefront, and we would play Galactic Conquest. And we during Christmas time we would split up between teams. But in our very first time we played Galactic Conquest, I was on a team with Patrick, and Chad and Daniel were on a team together, and they were the rebels, Empire. And you're supposed to, build your ships up. You're supposed to like move from planet to planet. Patrick did the total dick move and went, nope, we're attacking their home base first on Coruscant or a Hoth. Really? We're doing this? Like, okay. And we won just by that verse and pissed Chad and Daniel off. You really went for the first thing, the first go, just to wipe us off. He's like, yeah, all in, dude. Yep. Reminds me of that with it. Was like, we didn't do anything else.
But shouldn't your home base be like heavily protected considering or whatever?
Yeah. Go all first to straight up attack the home. Okay.
So is that the only objective? Like take out the rebel headquarters or take out Coruscant or whatever and you win?
Yeah. I'll pretty like take out Hoth, Coruscant, and then just the fleets at that point. But as long as their base is there, they can keep regenerating ships at that point. Well, first round he took out their base, so a matter of time before troops and everything for it. So,
well, that's just stupid. Anyway,
he did a dick move, but it was fantastic. Like kudos to Patrick to that day. Still, so. But you took me back.
They'll never see it coming.
Yeah, it was a sucker punch, and they were pissed.
Yeah,
they were so pissed.
Well,
before the new whatever.
Oh, I mean, the old strategy game, like usually if a Coruscant happens to have a shipyard already at the beginning of the game, I just like constantly build TIE fighters and just keep building TIE fighters. Because it takes a while to build you're not given like a big fleet. You have to build it from scratch almost, and it's like. I should have a bunch of ships already, but it's like, no, you got to build your shipyards and then build your ships, and then those take time, and it's just like, all right. But in case I don't have like enough ships to protect Coruscant, I always like just stack TIE fighters after TIE fighters after TIE fighters, and then if they ever try to attack early, you just get like this, this bee swarm of like fighters just like all over the 3D old school 90s 3D battlefield, and it's like you about to get stung. You might have a couple of Mon Calamari cruisers or whatever, but no, you about to go down from a bunch of like regular TIE fighters. Yeah, that game uses like old expanded universe from the novels characters and stuff.
You mean the good stuff before the reset?
Yeah, so it's the good expanded universe Star Wars stuff. So you have like you have Admiral you have to recruit other characters, so you can get Admiral Thrawn, get a bunch of other like basically Thrawn trilogy characters, in a sense. So
oh yeah,
so like you have Thrawn, you have I'm trying to think of who else is in there. A bunch of other characters that pop up there, like some are like all the good, like you have
like son and daughter, everything.
Say what?
Luke's like son and daughter.
No. This takes place during like the game starts after New Hope.
Oh, okay.
Like the game literally picks up after New Hope. So it's like, the recent destruction of the Death Star. So it's basically, so if you have a moment in the game where if you're Luke and you're going around and you encounter Darth Vader on a mission, like if you're both like you'll have like an encounter, like little response where Luke discovers his heritage, and depending on how what your stats of each character is depends on, sometimes Vader wins, sometimes Luke gets away, sometimes he captures him, so
it varies.
So it's like Luke always tends to Luke has two versions of himself, pre Yoda and post Yoda or whatever. So like there'll be a moment during the game where if you're the rebellion, Luke will go to Dagobah for about 100 days or so, and then he'll come back. And they'll have like then he'll have his like Return of the Jedi look profile image.
So it's like getting there just a long way, essentially.
Yeah, but I captured Luke before he did that. So,
did you kill him in the game, or was it just capture?
No, you can kill characters. Like the only characters you can't kill are like you can kill almost anybody with the exception of Vader, Palpatine, Luke, Mon Mothma, Leia, and Han Solo. Everyone else can die.
Gotcha.
So Chewbacca can die, actually.
I mean, he didn't get a medal at the ceremony, so I mean, he's not an important character.
Like fucking Rebels.
Episode 9.
Fucking Rebel, like hard mode Rebels were a bitch, man. They were capturing my diplomats, and they were taking my my important troop developers and my ship designers and everything. It's like, god damn. I need this to upgrade my my ships. That's another thing. I never got my Super Star Destroyer either. I won the game before I even got a chance to build a Super Star Destroyer.
That's efficiency.
God, I love my Super Star Destroyers. Are awesome, bro.
A fan. They're better than the Death Star. They're fine.
You can fuck shit up with a Super Star Destroyer.
Did you take that over a Death Star?
No, I take a Death Star, dude. Dude, Death Star is like, Death Stars are like instant, like planet invasion. Like, if you don't want to destroy the planet, you just want to take it over. Boom, like you just bombard the entire planet, and like,
gotcha.
It don't matter if you have planetary batteries or shields. Like Death Star will fuck you up without destroying the planet.
Nice.
Now they can do trench runs if you get into a battle with a bunch of ships and a bunch of X-wings or whatever, and if you don't have enough fighters to defend, they can do it. And if they'll have a little cutscene for a trench run, and they have two cutscenes too, which is brilliant because you don't know what happens. There's a successful one and a failure. So it's literally the same video up to a certain point, and you're like, "Oh my god, are they going to do it? Are they going to do it? Are they going to do it?" And you're just on the edge of your seat, wondering if your Death Star got blown up or not.
Have you had it happen to you multiple times?
One time it happened. I'm like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. No.
If it's gone, do you get to rebuild another one, or it's gone?
Oh yeah, you can rebuild another one if you have the materials.
Gotcha. I mean,
I once built 2 Death Stars.
I mean,
that took a lot of my supplies and materials though, so I had to scratch one.
Like I said, I mean, just like the original trilogy, they built 2 Death Stars too. It just,
not at the same time. I had 2 operational Death Stars at the same time. It was insane, and
they're operational.
They were operational and moving from sector to sector and fucking shit up.
Gotcha. Guys, I think it's time for us to wrap up. I do have one question. Swiggy and Sean, Gavin, for whatever for it tomorrow, we're gonna lose. We're gonna lose, except anyone who's out, whatever.
I will not accept it. Victory or death.
This is not Super Bowl. Is there one you're going to be looking forward to, like to seeing a player like actually play, get reps at this point? Because I wanted to ask that a couple minutes ago, but I forgot it until now. You just want to see the Cheez-Its. That's it.
I mean, I just want to see whoever. I just want to see the Florida coach just get dumping Cheez-Its, if anything. That's the only thing I want to see.
I want to see
instead of a Gatorade, just be Cheez-Its. That's all you just need.
I want to see if Kobe McKenzie plays.
Yeah.
Do you think he will?
I don't know. He might. He's on the scout team right now. So.
I mean, that's the moral victory of it at that point, is unless the stars align perfectly. I mean, it's a bad matchup for OU all over the place for it. I'm sure any player or any.
I think OU can score, but it's gonna be. They need to make some stops. I just don't know if they can stop. Stopping the run is going to be an adventure.
Yeah, I mean, their quarterback is. I mean, he can do everything. So I mean, it is what it is. It's what it is. He's good. I mean, that's why he's number 1 in the ACC. Guys, I want to thank y'all for joining me tonight. As remember, guys, tomorrow the Cheez-It Bowl happens at 4:30. It's Eastern time, correct? Eastern, yeah, 4:30 Eastern time, 3:30 time for all.
No, it's 4:30 Central.
Is it 4:30? Am I mixed my time?
Yeah, because it's 5:30 Eastern, 4:30 Central.
There we go. So 4:30 Central. For it. So early game, obviously, guys. Everyone will probably be getting off work at this point. I know everyone's going with it. It's probably going to be like mid-40, mid-30. I think we're going to get blown out, but that's me. I'm for a third ass since what? 9 something. Been a hot minutes in Florida. So I want them to take out anger on us tomorrow. So I do want to thank you for joining me. Everyone who joined in, comment, rate, subscribe, like, hit the notification bell so you know when we go live. Sometime next week, it'll be Sunday or Wednesday. We'll recap the Cheez-It Bowl game, whatever comes of it as a result, and kind of just recap the season as a whole. So, Sean, Swiggy, Gavin, thanks for joining us. Boomer Sooner, only one Oklahoma, guys, and we'll see y'all here in the next live stream. Later.
Peace out.
Peace.